Let's play pickleball.
Point one, slightly floated on the dink by Callie Smith, and Ben Johns knows what to do with anything up.
Yeah, Etta just does such a nice job of understanding the balls that Ben will take and what he doesn't. Great ATP from Callie, and more please.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great cross-court battle between the ladies, and that's that layup ATP that hits the tape and rolls out wide. Somehow Ben Johns got it back, but luckily for Callie, her big French partner had her back in the middle of the court.
0-1-1.
Jay had a good look at it, but pushes it wide with that new Vulcan paddle of his.
Yeah, and he had Etta Wright loading up with a two-handed backhand, and he went to the right side of her body, but clearly a few inches wide.
Just one of those where you have to put so much height up and over, and just caught the net there. Good look at the beautiful Humana Championship court here today. That's a great shot from Callie Jo Smith, and it is so nice to see us have great weather. There's a good look at the 54 matches that Smith and Devilliers have won, just over 50% winners. Wow, what hands from Smith and Devilliers.
Yeah, they were clearly in big trouble, but that last ball from Jay Devilliers almost turned his body sideways and came up with a great backhand counterattack.
Oh dear.
there's the hard and easy to play with the #1 player in the world. The pump fakes are going to be real, as he is always looking to put pressure in the middle. So Etta Wright has got to be wary of that.
Hope she's okay. She just got pegged.
Yeah, that's how you want to get pegged.
Wow, and that is not how you want to get pegged as it goes off the tape. Obviously doesn't hurt, but 2 in a row. And you know, Devilliers has the ability in mix to be a monster. That's what they're going to have to do to pull an upset here.
Just catching the tape there. Yeah, I've played Jay several times back in the day, and he just can't keep the ball away from him when he lurks in the middle.
What a move from Etta Wright.
Yeah, nice job, as she's only responsible for 25 or 30% of the court, and when that is the case, makes it much easier to look for that earning.
Got it on the ground quickly. Oh my. Went running for it again, and Jay said, here you go, you can have the ball.
Yeah, that's right. A really nice shot from Jay Devilliers, catching Etta Wright looking for the earning, and a mid-pace two-handed speed up the line. I'm just glad Etta did not fall down, as she lost her balance in a big way.
Side out.
We have two ladies who prefer the left side, so moving over to mix, what do they have to have in their minds when they play it?
Just know your role, slightly more consistent, don't have to put as much pressure as you have to playing left side gender doubles. Yeah, the early match dink consistency from both ladies has been just fine.
Yes.
On the right side of the court.
2-1-2.
Tries to catch Ben leaning, but finds the tape. So lengthy feeling out process here from both sides. Just 1 point scored for Johns and Wright.
That's a great forehand roll drop from Etta Wright. As Callie Smith looks for the short hop half volley and leaves it high, just like the first point, and leaves it high. Ben knows what to do with it.
No disguise.
Yeah, he's looking to start the fire and trust his hands against Etta. Would have liked to see what happened had that gone over, but we won't get that chance.
Ben tries the same shot and does not get away with it.
No, he ran into the two-handed backhand of Callie Smith, and Etta Wright and Ben Johns looking to go heavy on the drops, not drives, early in the match. I think they trust their kitchen play against this team.
That's pretty from Jay Devilliers.
Yeah, really nice job taking a page out of Ben's book, as he says, attacking the fella into the body in mixed doubles when they're responsible for so much court is a great play. So a little taste of his own medicine right there from Jay Devilliers.
Got what he wanted, just didn't make it there.
I mean, it's a good counter by Etta, but Jay's paddle was right out in front in a perfect position to handle that next shot.
That's again big Jay Devilliers in the middle, ready.
Yeah, when he's straddling the center line like that, there's just not really spots to go to keep it away from him, especially in a firefight with power. Yeah, nice job by Etta Wright and Ben Johns to double down back behind to Jay, who, as we just mentioned 1 point ago, loves to lurk in the middle. Job controlling the kitchen line. And I mentioned the drops from Etta and Ben trusting their kitchen play against this team. It could also be that Jay and Callie handle those first volleys very well. And we saw that right there from Callie Smith.
That stays in. We also saw they did not want to unwind the stack, and it worked out, and Callie is a very effective left side player.
Certainly.
Saw a lot of that in the match before.
Yes, absolutely.
1, 2, 3 down the middle, and then all right, enough. I'll find an angle.
Yeah, and Jay just kind of had to guess on that last ball as we get another look. Yeah, that's night-night.
We'll keep an eye on them here again. Quarterfinal action between the 2 seed Ben Johns and Etta Wright. Again, it's team collective points. So although they scratched today, Bright and Ignatowicz had the most.
Yeah, you changed your voice pitch when you said 2 seed and Ben Johns in the same breath.
For effect, of course.
I think it's important to note that, I mean, Ben Johns, greatest of all time player from the male perspective, but there's a couple haters out there that say his mixed doubles play has a lot to do with Annalie Waters. So I think that he has some fire in his belly in this particular tournament.
So what is the difference? Obviously, Annalie. Their quarterfinal. And there's the firepower of Etta Wright. That was like Ben was trying to hit a target. Jay just held his paddle out there to defend the ATP. That was beautiful.
Yeah, he was just waiting, almost on the knee, just waiting, and it came right to the spot.
Going to keep an eye on this not unwinding the stack, because that is a lot of pressure for Callie.
It is. Yeah, that's the no-go zone, as we like to say. Ben Johns' forehand, but yeah, Etta Wright looks extremely comfortable. She plays probably 80+% left side in gender doubles with Megan Dazan, and has played with quite a few different mixed partners, but a couple lefties mixed in there too. So just seamless transition from left to right so far.
And if your last name's right, you better figure it out at least a little bit. It's more fun for the announcer. So thank you, Etta, for that. And they are on a roll with this not unwinding the stack here. This was very even until they were stuck on that being Devilliers and Smith. And the confusing part for me is the point you just made. They're not driving it. Wright and John, so you should be able to unwind.
Right, and until they start making you pay for it, I think lining up in your preferred position that you started the match is the play.
That's oh, look, I'm on the left side. I'm going to be awesome again.
Yeah, he drove the third, hit a downy soft fifth from the midcourt, and then rips a two-hander off the bounce cross court against Ben Johns. Wow.
Really nice placement over power there from Ben.
Yeah, probably about 70 or 80%. Didn't fully release on that ball. Haven't seen Ben go to that two-handed backhand from the kitchen only but a time or two in this match.
That's pretty.
Too much pressure there from Jay Devilliers, kind of swatting at that last forehand. No chance for Etta Wright. I think that's the one right there. He's done it a couple times. From the right, he can still squeeze the middle. I'm fine with that, but Callie Smith's forehand is very good, especially on counterattacks and put away power, controlling the kitchen. So Gotta watch Jay, make sure he doesn't overextend from the right side.
I mean, Etta destroys the ball when it's up.
Yeah, she cracked that. We love those straight ahead attacks, but when you hit it like that, going cross court is okay.
You mean like that?
Yes, exactly. So a nice little setup ball from the right-sided Jay Devilliers, and Callie Smith, right from shoulder level, just crushes the winner. There's a nice little swat there from Jay Devilliers, who earlier in the point did concede a forehand in the middle to Callie Smith, and a handful of shots later, he's able to finish cross court. He has a very good kind of one-handed slap where he goes cross court with tons of pace.
Yep. Get the new ball in play here, so they need to go now. And interesting, they're like, we like this. They're going to keep Callie on the left.
That's a great alley there from Etta Wright, as that ball had her kind of chest area targeted, and very great footwork to clear her body out of the way and let it go out. I think that one was too juicy.
Yes.
As Callie Smith couldn't help herself. She saw the unwinding of the stack and left that drive about head high.
Now, Jay, settle down there, brother.
Well, I think that if it was a carbon copy on the other side, he would have been overextended on the forehand side. He's certainly overextended on the backhand side.
Coming in hot.
Yeah, he does a good job. He kind of just casually hangs out in the midcourt with that backhand slice, and then every third or fourth point he tries to come in and put pressure. I like what happened there from Ben, just couldn't execute.
That's a good rip from Jay, so they keep him at 9 again. So a lot of positivity coming Jay's way from Callie here. They're going to go back to him on the left, which Adam and I would recommend. Whoopsie.
Yeah, and especially with Callie on the right in this match. She's been dinking very consistently and has a quality two-handed backhand counter. So I think this is the lineup.
That's just a fun point right there.
Yeah, it was. And again, a nice job from Ben Johns, taking a hair of pace off and going back behind the big man, Jay Devilliers, right there.
Wow. Absolute jail, and sticks the paddle out and gets away with it.
With the inside out two-handed backhand winner from Callie Smith.
I don't even know if you're allowed to call that inside out.
Yeah,
just stick your paddle out and pray, and it worked. Oh, dear.
That was incredible. I mean, that ball was 7 feet behind her, and she took a cut at it just in case.
Because it's so slow, but right at her, she couldn't get there. So another hold. Wow, Jay had to check where Callie was, but they're okay now. Wow, the longest point of the match started with I formation, and Jay didn't know where his partner was.
Yeah, goodness gracious, what a grind from the ladies. And Etta Wright is, I think she's gone back behind Jay once or twice, but she is not looking to get out of that pattern at all. Callie Smith has gone behind Ben Soft at a much higher clip than Etta, so I think that's probably been in Etta's ear, letting her know that he trusts her in that pattern. Yeah, he's so good when he is squeezing the middle to recover.
The official ball of the PPA Tour.
Great attack from Callie Smith, and the timeout has not helped the offense yet. And another hold.
Yeah, even when it's Ben Johns, sometimes going at that sitting duck that's hanging out there in the midcourt is a nice play. So good job by Callie going one to Etta, then going right at the feet of Ben Johns.
Callie, what a dig, and then fires the forehand, and they are within two.
And a couple of those cross-court forehands from Callie have been down. That has been the difference. Etta has more time there, but when she's hitting up on the ball, she's in a very tough spot.
Wow, and you don't see Ben get pegged like that very often.
Yeah, I mean, as long as he's not injured, which he's clearly isn't, you know, I kind of like seeing the best player getting tagged every once in a while. Nice shot from Jay.
It's that right shoulder that is a target. Tough to get a paddle there. Within one. What a rally goes to Johns and Wright. You heard Jay saying back, back, back. Callie's like, I'm just fine, thank you. And paddle clank, we're tied at 9. Great hands from Callie again, and this is a developing situation right here. Oh no, can't miss that. They've been getting to the line so consistently.
Yeah, not like that. He's chatting up to the heavens after that third shot miss.
I keep Callie on the left side of the court here. Finally get to that 10th point. So game point for Ben and Etta. And a beautifully executed Ernie finish for Etta Wright. That is a great battle in game number 1, Adam.
Yeah.
Leader. Ooh, Ben with the HTP. You hate to hit the post, but he did.
He just can't even believe it. That was a real clanker. Didn't even kiss off of the post, just center cut. One of the few dink errors in that cross-court pattern. I think both ladies have left a couple up high, but in terms of just flat-out unforced error misses, there haven't been many. she just, Etta Wright hits the initial speed up and runs off the court. It's a great play because the initial speed up was pretty dang good.
She's like, my work here is now complete.
And I think at the beginning of that point, Jay Devilliers might be too athletic, as I think that ATP might have gone wide. We don't know, but he was very there.
Wow, right into the Callie Joe wheelhouse. And that's one of those, you foul the pitch straight back in baseball. You just missed it. That one, she got all of it, but just into the tape. Man, Callie loaded up with the forehand, was still able to get the paddle to the other side.
Yeah, really good stuff. Tough to win that firefight, but she does.
Well, Etta, you made the harder of the two balls.
That's right. Yeah, that was she was kind of pretzeled up on that first one, put it back in a good spot. Just too much pressure from Jay on the next ball. I've found myself in a similar situation against Ben, where I am in the midcourt and he is on the kitchen line, and that's what happened with Callie Smith right there. Her shot wasn't bad, but when he's on that line, you better go soft at a pretty high clip or you're going to pay the price. Well,
yeah. Yeah, Adam.
Take that, Adam. As she just crushes a two-handed backhand cross court past the outstretched one-handed backhand of Ben Johns. Nice shot, Callie Smith.
They don't end up winning it, but the digs of Callie are unbelievable in this match.
Yeah, full lunge, full stretch, doesn't matter. Just so athletic, moves so well, bends so well, and yeah, one of the best at it in that midcourt area when she's in the full scramble mode.
Oh my, after they got out of it, misses the drop.
Yeah, that was the easier one, definitely. Nice pressure from Jay, though, throughout that point.
Again, just not quite comfy.
Yeah, that's the pump fake again. She had her paddle in the right position, but she was just waiting for that Yola to jump in front, and it never did.
Yola on Yola crime right there. Wow, wow, wow.
That's unreal from Ben Johns. As I talked about how great of a one-handed backhand slap Jay Devilliers has. My goodness, what a stab. And that's been a good shot for Ben 5 or 6 times, where you think he could keep Callie back or possibly target the body or the middle, and he goes right behind on the backside of Jay Devilliers. Perfect placement.
Got plenty of margin too, didn't even endanger wide there.
Yeah, a little extra slice and backspin on that forehand dink from Jay Devilliers. Probably one of the first times Etta has missed her contact point on a dink up at the kitchen line.
Wow, so Jay goes for a behind the back shot and gets hit in the back.
Yes, he did. Friendly
fire.
I think he was a little dramatic on that last one. That was good.
And he seems to be okay.
Yeah, just fine, just fine. A couple of quality power shots from Callie Smith, and Jay gets the glory on the last ball, forcing the error against Ben.
And Callie Smith is playing a great match here. Just missed it wide. He had a bunch of room.
He did. Jay just kind of froze, like, please go out. I'm nowhere near that. And it does. Etta had to do that. She was in a great position for the Ernie, but she couldn't hit it hard. So she went with the soft shot from that position, which is tough. And Ben didn't have an easy look, but I think he's going to come up with that most of the time.
Wow, Etta's like, sorry about the Ernie. We'll get him next time. Oh, we're still playing.
Yeah, well, it's a carbon copy of the previous point, and this one was much higher, and Ben dug it out. So missed the easy one, make the hard one. That's pickleball.
Just comes up short there. The third percentage has been generally very good all around in this match. So they do have a 2-point lead here. Off the A in Humana and just right into the net.
Yeah, Ben just froze for a second. He couldn't believe he missed that ball. That's as routine as it gets.
Just another rocket launcher from Etta Wright.
Yeah, on the two-handed backhand, and so much pop from 4 or 5 feet off the kitchen because she has to give Ben that room. So power from that far back is tough.
Oh my, what a battle. Just a little shallow.
Yeah, it's a great look though. Just timing was a bit off after a very extended grind on the cross-court dink too. I love that from Callie Smith. Just couldn't execute that last Ernie.
Gets pushed well off the line again from the very knifey cross-court dink, and they get the ball back tied.
Yeah, that's twice now that the slice and backspin on the forehand dink of Jay has given her trouble.
Just a rope from Callie.
A great play from her on the two-handed backhand. Power to spare. Etta Wright loading up backhand throughout the match and makes a great decision to load up on the forehand side on that last shot.
A little high on the third, so Etta Wright does a nice job there. They are down one in a really pitched battle here. Oh, my. We had ladies Ernie and all over the joint here today.
Yeah, I like that. Jay, I think Jay just took a bit off.
Yeah.
If he goes full power there, I think that's in a perfect position for Ben. He took a little pace off, forced Ben to hit up, and he missed it well long. Again, Jay mixing up the paces.
Yeah.
I like that a lot against Etta Wright, as he was able to get it a bit down and went for the two-shot combination.
Cobra from Ben, way too high and floaty. Wow, and an unnecessary reach in from Jay Devilliers. Grabs the ball he should not have gone after, but another miss from Ben right here.
Yeah, and I'll throw out the very unnecessary from Jay Devilliers, but the cookie from Ben catches the tape. A couple unusual misses from him in game 2.
And the Ernie peg, what a move from Jay Devilliers, and they are up 3.
Great jump of the corner of the kitchen. And Etta Wright very late on her slide, because that's what happens when you Ernie, you take her time away.
And Jay Devilliers coming in hot. And here's one big difference that AL Dub is not on the court. Timeout would have been called for sure. Ben is not going to call it here, and AL would have. Etta's going to follow his lead, and that is to not call timeout. And we are at game point to force this to go 3. They saved the first one.
Yeah, nice little hook forehand from Ben Johns, stepping over in front of his partner and going after Callie Smith cross court.
And a big swinging.
When the world sleeps, greatness rises. And while others dream of the next level, we chase it, challenging every limit, turning obstacles into stepping stones. Because the next level isn't just handed to you, it's earned. Go next level with 6-0 Pickleball.
Player standpoint, they have a lot of great players in that area.
And a great start here for Jay and Callie. And her current partner was just traded over there, so these two will definitely be spending some time at that facility. It did Jay Devilliers, traded for Tyson McGuffin before we even played a match.
That's right. A quick start for Callie and Jay, and that last point, Ben doing his thing with that patented one-handed backhand roll.
Callie really gets out of the pattern and pays the price.
Yeah, and man, just throughout the day, I was watching matches earlier and now calling matches. It is tough to end a point these days in pickleball. The defense and the athleticism is off the charts.
You also mentioned the heat earlier, playing a role certainly in more of these coming back. That's just really pinpoint accuracy from Callie Smith.
And below the tape, she rolls it with topspin. It goes up high and she slaps it down. I love that combination from her. Yeah, I think Callie looking for that ball to go middle. She has to know Jay is there waiting. Ben puts it right on her backside, left side of her body nicely.
Jay says, let me try the left here.
It's multiple times now where there's been a fight started at Ben, and then Callie is crushing a cross-court ball, and it is just a hair late.
That was a critical moment because the pressure is on Etta when she walks out on the court, and if that counter goes in the net, it can start to fester. So that's a great play by her. Saw a rare drive there, Adam.
Yeah, I haven't seen it too often, and maybe that was a reason why their strategy was go soft. It's a very nice first volley and then a full send slapper from Jay Devilliers.
Back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Man, that was a rare high ball up at the shoulder level on the cross-court shot from Etta Wright. Down in the dirt works well, but if you're gonna go body, shoulder's a good place to go.
Just comes up short, and we're tied up at 2. We will switch ends at 6. Quarterfinals are where we're at. This is a traditional draw, so we play the semifinals all the way through to name the 2 teams that will play for a title.
Can't quite get in. Ball back over to the team on the near end, Callie and Jay.
Big swing and pulls it wide on grandstand. Another semi. We have Pablo versus Fed. Fed and Rachel Rohrabacher went 13-11 over Pablo and Jesse, so that's a barn burner on grandstand. Man, you sort of heard the effort from Callie there.
You did, and I expect Etta, once they get into a neutral pattern at the kitchen, I think Etta should stay cross-court with Callie. It hasn't been overwhelmingly in her favor, but probably 60 or 65%. And I think that Ben will let her know that it's okay. You don't have to go behind Jay except for occasionally. You can hang out in that pattern and trust your decision-making and your consistency.
Boy, somehow Etta dances out of the way of that one, and it ends up wide.
Yeah, there's no way she got out of the way, but she did.
I mean, the straight line to where that bounce was through Etta. I mean, there's a discussion about this, but Etta did not get hit. A couple of Utah moms having a little chat about that.
Callie just double checking.
Just checking in. Just checking in.
Did that catch you? I don't know. It didn't. Okay, let's play on.
Wow. Few of those.
Yeah, forehand roll drop from the back of the court and the forehand from the middle of the court from Ben. I think that's 4 or 5 in total in this match, and that is rarely more than 1 and 2.
Just can't quite get the carbon paddle where she wanted it there.
And that's, again, a time where she's leaking to the middle. In that particular pattern, with Jay over there on the right, she has to protect the left side of her body.
Wow, and another error from Johns, and they are down 1 here in game 3.
Yeah, and a slow turnaround back to the kitchen, to the baseline from Ben.
And they just, that's one where if they can put a little pressure on it from the kitchen, but they never get there. I believe
lost Callie.
where did Callie go? There she is. Okay. Couple balls rolling off the tape there, and a little frustration from Jay just on the experience. Callie called it out and then said nope. Yep, that was good. Some weird swings before that.
Yes, it was, and Ben looking to come in hot from the midcourt, which he mixes, as I mentioned earlier, nicely with soft and aggression.
And they have rallied and will switch with the lead. It's just 2 though, so after a couple of uncharacteristic misses, Ben and Etta come roaring back up 2 as we go to the end switch that they want from our referee crew, and we appreciate it. And the grind again goes to Ben and Etta.
It does. And on that timeout, Ben was really animated talking with his hands to Etta Wright. And
what a counter from Etta Wright as Callie had gone for the Ernie and was nowhere to be found.
that's right. And to finish what I was saying is, Ben talks, you listen. So that is what's going on with Etta, and she is coming out of the timeout with a quality counter and a very nice grindy cross-court dink point as well.
Wow, Ben jumps in the middle, and they are on a roll like the shot he just hit.
I mean, it was...
So, 9-4, and this is on a 1. Callie says, out to herself, but didn't get the paddle out of the way.
She did exactly what I said, too, to grind out a couple dinks, find offense cross court. She got a sitter, but the defensive hands of Ben Johns up to the task.
Match point. And pioneering their way to the semifinals are Etta Wright and Ben Johns. What a battle from Callie Jo Smith.
Well, Smith and Devilliers playing an excellent game 2, able to take that one. What did you guys discuss before heading into game 3?
It was really just about executing what the directions that Ben gave me. So I felt like I was able to do that towards the end, so yeah.
We know you're not a big fan of timeouts. AL makes you use them when you guys play together. What's the dynamic like here with Etta? Do you guys use the timeouts or not?
Yeah, we can have timeouts whenever she asks for them. Other than that, I don't know that I really call timeouts. So yeah, no, that one's on her.
All you. And that Ernie that you have is so good. I love the way you choose to use it in these matches. What goes into deciding when you're going to pull out that shot?
I think it's really just about anticipating. You can kind of see, you know, the opponents, their head down, but also just for me, just to trust my length as well.
Congratulations, guys. You're headed to the semifinals. Dave.
So the Seattle Pioneer MLP champs are rolling together.